Okay, I have this piece of tubing that I welded around the bar the first time left over because this was actually a failure. I welded it and it got too hot and it warped and I just can't use it, so I had to do another one. Actually, I had to do another two. In any case, I have an idea that I can cut this off, use this for the table mount for my table attachment. But I'll have to cut these welds here and here, and I just want to try it, see if this works before I get too involved. Yeah, I have the little belt bandsaw, but it's it's done pretty well on this. I really love this thing. I've gone through one blade, and this one's probably going to go soon. But I can't imagine doing this without the bandsaw. Well, I can. I've done stuff like this before and it takes forever. It wasn't too bad. So, I'm going to cut the edges off, but I tried to do that and I just couldn't hold this piece close enough, so I decided, you know what, better just cut down the middle, and then I can weld this back together with some shim and see how that works. Yeah, I'll probably fail, but I'm going to give it a shot. Alright, the two cut pieces have been put together here. I've got a piece of shim. That's this tall piece here. It's about an 1/8 inch. It's actually a little less. And of course, since I'm putting an 1/8 inch in, I need to provide an 8 inch piece of steel here to fit this gap where I'm going to weld. Notice I did put a little fillet here on each side to fill a little bit. I wish it's a little bit tighter, but maybe that'll be alright. I don't want to get this too close here because that's something I don't have a shim for, and there's no reason for it. So probably just eyeball that when I weld it. Alright, welding's next. Okay, the weld is done. Well, it's not done, it's tacked on there. And got the piece out. As usual, it was a fight. But everything looks okay, so I'm going to do the final weld on it. Well, I've ground it down a bit with the handy dandy belt grinder, and it's pretty nice, I must admit. And the welds aren't great, but you know what, I think it'll hold. And the bar slips in the sleeve, nice and easy. A lot of room for clamping. So, I'm declaring that a success anyway. Alright, well, inserted shim here worked pretty well, so I'm going to try it for the next part, which has got a 45-degree angle on it. I'm cutting that now from the other piece of the pipe, so that it's back channel, and see how it goes. That did a pretty nice job. 45 degrees. And I have to think now which side I want to cut it on. Okay, the weld on 45 is done. Stitched together. This is goes in and out pretty easily. So this is probably the bar I'm going to use for the table. So I'm thinking I might drill a hole in the center here to give me some welding flexibility, because welding to a 1.5 inch piece of steel might not be too good. Anyway, this is needs to have its final weld done and ground down, and then I'm going to take a break. Finally got the table attachment working here. Took a while. You can see I put it on sideways initially, and that's critical because you can't adjust it if it's sideways. Here it's locked in place. You need that locking mechanism to make sure this is aligned. This tube is aligned with the you can see this here. This tube is not perfectly aligned with this. Doesn't really matter, I don't think, because if I rotate the belt portion, this is staying fixed anyway. So I think I'm okay there. So anyway, I'm done with that. I wanted to get done with the table itself tonight, but I don't think I'm going to be able to. Here's the actual table part, stem, I guess you'd call it. This will sit in here. I need to grind off edge here and put a set screw in the side, I think, and probably drill down a bit here so I can weld to this. So that's it. Alright, signing off. Alright, cutting the table, at least some steel for the table. I'm going to make it 8 inches wide and 7 inches deep. I think that's a pretty good size. And these are the other tables I have on my sanders, and they're about 6 inches deep. I don't know, that's like 10 inches wide there. Alright, here's the table set up to be welded. I'm close to square on most of this. It's got magnets and braces and clamps and God knows what else here, keeping it square. I'm going to tack weld it, check it for square again, and then I'll finish welding it and keep it clamped until it's cold. Wish me luck. Okay, welding's done. I did the final weld on it. It's I checked it for square. It's a little bit out of kilter this way, but I'm thinking I can get away with that if I adjust the table, so the table holder rather. So I think I'm okay. Just have to wait for it to cool before I take those clamps off, and hopefully it'll be okay. All right. See you in 20 or 30 minutes. Okay, got the clamps off, and I brushed off most of the weld spatter. There's a little bit here and there, but all in all, not too bad. You can look, assuming that this table's flat, this table, there is a hump in the center, which is not surprising. And I'm thinking I can actually correct that a little bit. I could either put it on the belt sander, sand off the high spot, or I could put it on my milling machine and really make it flat. Here's the other side. It looks perfect. So sand it a little bit, clean it up, and try it out. Okay, the table's on. I've already adjusted it for square. Actually, it wasn't far off. The thing to remember is you got to tighten this table mount bolt before you do any adjustment, because mine was actually in good shape until I adjusted it, and then I had to unadjust it, so to speak. So this is all tightened up. I'm going to have to make another one of these, I think. This one I kind of torqued off a little bit. And if you remember the earlier video, I actually showed this one being ground off. Not sure if I'll change it though. It's a good length right there. So there it is. I'll show it running in a second. I gotta pull the table out a little bit. And okay, all right. So I pulled the table away a little bit. There she goes. Good job. Nice and sturdy. I like it. Very cool. I might put on some extensions here so I can get some support on the side if I want to grind from the side on the platen. But other than that, I think it's done. I mean, I gotta get the spring here. See, that spring's just not strong enough in there, so I've just using this clamp, but I can't rotate it. This whole thing rotates. The belt goes this way. Well, I can't do that while I'm using this. So, also I'm gonna have to build a bench for it. This is kind of high, and this also it needs room for the motor to sweep under the table. So. But that's the hard part right there. I hope. Anyway, thanks for watching.